Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We have new fall makeup to discuss that is affordable. I am wearing so much of it on my face right now. Specifically, we're gonna get into the eyes, the cheeks, the lips. I have new launches from Catrice to share with you all. I am partnered with them on this video and I am so excited about that because I have done so many videos talking about Catrice products in the past that have not been partnered, that when they reached out and wanted to do this one, it was a no-brainer because I love so much of what they do. This is going on beautifully. What the heck? Yo, like my dark circles are even gone. It is seriously one of the best drugstore foundations. This concealer for $7 is working overtime. The coverage has stayed the same. This is a hot product, 5 stars. Whenever I go back to this one, I'm always like, you get an A+. A++, job well done, Catrice. I am loving it. The formulation is next level. The price is really, really great. We're gonna dive on in. I am even wearing their foundation today, which is not a part of the new, but I kind of wanted to wear a lot of Catrice just to show you guys. I am wearing one of their new primers, which is a gripping primer that is beautiful. We are gonna get into that specifically, the new, but I also wanted to shout out the Soft Glam Filter Fluid. This one is stunning. It's very similar to other under the makeup glowy situations that we have seen from pretty much every single brand with the larger doe foot applicator. This one just sits on the skin beautifully. It's not overly shiny. It doesn't have a strong fragrance to it, and it makes your foundation look beautiful. I do tend to reach for this type of a product more so come fall, winter, because my skin can be a little lackluster and I want just that a little bit of boost. I'm not really into the whole bronzing drop craze, you guys know, and I don't want to like put a whole thing of highlight on my skin underneath foundation because I do also tend to get a little bit greasy quickly. So if you have finicky skin and you've wanted to try one of these kind of products, this is the best in my opinion. I love it. And then I am wearing an old fave today, the Catrice True Skin. Now I did a standalone wear test video on this several years back. That was not sponsored. They had no affiliation with that video whatsoever, but that video did so well and so many of you guys hopped on the Catrice train and got to know the brand through that video, and we all loved on this foundation. And then came the concealer, which I'm also wearing today. Where did you go? We're having a moment with the brand. I am so happy I tried this today. I just had laser treatments done to my face, so you can't see underneath. Well, maybe you can see a little bit, but the dark spots that I've been moaning and groaning about for a minute now, I am actively pursuing their defeat. If you are gonna blast off hyperpigmentation on the skin, there is gonna be a little bit of downtime. This is kind of gross. But the darker areas that are healing, like not my whole face, we blasted specific areas right here. They are really dark right now. They've gotten darker every day. It's kind of forming a scab and then you have to wait for it to heal, and it is going to reveal new brighter skin underneath in due time, but you're not supposed to like scrub the face or like try to actively get rid of what is trying to heal. So doing my makeup this week has been a challenge. This has been my best bet. I am shocked by the coverage and that it does not look crazy heavy. This is one of my holy grail foundations. If you have never tried this, why not? It's so good. The True Skin line from Catrice is top notch. While we're here, because I was going through foundation, I will shout out one of their newer launches, the new Nude Drop Tinted Serum with hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. If you want something lighter and a little more hydrating and juicy, this is a winner. And then their OG amazing long wear, just full coverage, matte finish without being crunchy. This is the HD liquid coverage, 24-hour wear mattifying, but still somehow comfortable. Their foundations are something to explore. It really doesn't have too much to do with this video, but me on my own, I wanted to share with you guys something that I personally love about this brand that got me interested in everything Catrice. So now whenever they launch new fall or holiday or whatever they're up to, I always want to try them out because they are priced so affordably for how they're formulated. A lot of the products are made in Germany. They are formulated with great ingredients. The process they go through to develop these products feels more high-end than a lot of drugstore. And we are gonna dive into some of the new now. Let's start with the primer. This is a gripping primer. It's not gonna get in the way of you and the foundation. The foundation is gonna smooth on. This has hydrating ingredients in it, so it's not gonna dry out the skin at all, but it does provide that sticky, tacky grip. Now, I will tell you something about Catrice. They always give me a sneak peek, so I have plenty of time to get to know products. I actually got to try pretty much all of their newer stuff and handpick what I thought was the best of the best. So these are my top Tati picks of their newer fall launches. This is hands down so good. The Aqua Splash Grip Primer, hydrating, gripping, oil-free, no parabens added. This is a vegan formulation. It is phenomenal. Let's take a look at the texture. So light, just melts right in. Give it a second and the tacky, sticky element of the product shows up, and then your foundation has something so nice to adhere to. It elongates the wear time of your foundation and does help it to apply really beautifully. I absolutely love this. Something to note about this formula as well, this has 5% glycerin, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and cucumber juice. It truly is a phenomenal formula, and for $8, I don't think you can find better. The Bright and Blur Loose Powder, this is new. It is pink in tone. It is like a high-end HD powder, but it is hued with this beautiful skin correcting, perfecting pink tone. I'm wearing it right now. This is a dream for more mature skin. This is the best $8 you can spend on a powder, hands down. There's no talc in here. It has raspberry seed oil. It is lightly scented of vanilla, nothing obnoxious. It's very, very pleasant. The texture, it's like that really perfect HD powder that does not exaggerate any of your lines or texture. This has silica in it, which is actually going to fill in the lines. I love this. I don't know how it's priced at $8, but it is a brightening, gorgeous situation. I've never seen a better powder for $8. I've been wearing this every day, and it is such a hidden gem. If there is one thing that you run out and try that I am sharing in this video, I think you're gonna wanna try a lot because Catrice is very, very reasonably priced. They are on Amazon, but also they have their own standalone site. I always recommend, go where the sale is. Catrice on their site, if you sign up with your email, you can get 15% off. I always do that wherever I shop, just like side note. But this powder is luxury. I am so blown away, and I am a powder snob. I normally do not like a lot of what the drugstore has to offer. I will spend $50 on a great powder. Tatcha, Givenchy, Laura Mercier, Huda's up there in price. For powder, I will spend the extra cash. This is $8. It is so good. It reminds me of an even better Makeup Forever HD powder. It has that color correction in there to brighten up the complexion, and it's just through and through gonna set the makeup, hold the makeup, but not exaggerate any texture that you don't wanna exaggerate, especially if your skin is a little bit on the drier side. This one is a slam dunk. A+++, and then extra credit bonus points. It's so good. Shall we talk about what's on my eyes? This is the new Cozy Glow Eye and Cheek Palette. This is stunning. I am wearing a lot of this on my face right now. If you were wondering what my highlight is, it is from this palette. If you're looking at my eyes thinking it looks complicated, it was so easy, literally a 2-step process, actually 3-step. If you count the little inner corner highlight I did with that vanilla shade, I will walk you through what I did right now. This brown is perfect for fall. It has a nice depth where you can really get into the crease, but it defines and diffuses out. You don't need a lighter transition shade in my opinion. You just throw this in the crease and blend for a hot minute. Make sure the edges are softened out and it frames the eye beautifully. Then I went in wet with a little bit of setting spray on a brush. I went into the shade Heartbeat right here. This beautiful burgundy tone, which is such a fall color. I see this color and I immediately think of fall. This shade works on green eyes, blue eyes, really just brightens them up. But it also is flattering on brown eyes. Anything with kind of a plummy undertone is going to work for brown eyes as well. So this is really such a universally flattering shade. I'm wearing it all over the lid. It doesn't crunch and bunch. It doesn't exaggerate lines. It's not one of those metallics that just gets flaky and weird. I love Catrice eyeshadows. I think the formulation is next level. And I love this bronzy shade in here as well. This is called Chai Latte. How stunning. The mattes are nice and smooth as well. These are beautiful to the touch. They are so soft, but not overly fluffy. They blend out like a dream. The blush shade in here is really stunning as well. Just what a cute, well done fall palette. I'm loving it and had to recommend. Before we get into blush, I am gonna go ahead and pop on a little more of this Gloss and Glow lip oil. I've already talked about this on my channel. I'm obsessed. The first time I tried it out, I was like, this is my new favorite lip oil. Why? Because it's juicy, comfortable. Love the doe foot applicator. It's not separating sticky, but it's not too oily that it's like sliding off everywhere. The formula itself is really pretty. I don't know if the lighting will show it. Oh gosh, should I try to get the light on my phone? The glitter in here, like it's so subtle, but it's there and it makes your lips look ginormo. Oh my gosh, the satisfaction. It looks good on its own, over just a little liner, over everything. It is the best. It's so affordable. This is like giving Dior with a little glimmer, but even better somehow. I love this so wonderful. Whatever they did with it, perfection. I'm like flabbergasted, you guys. Their prices are insane. This is another reason why I love shouting out Catrice, because I think they go kind of under the radar. They're not physically in stores, so you have to purchase online on Amazon. I think they're available on Walmart.com. They have their standalone site, obviously, but here in the US, you cannot find them in store. So I feel like they kind of slip people's minds, and I want to go ahead and say, do not forget about Catrice, because the formulation is more high-end than a lot of what you see in the drugstore, so it's worth ordering online. These are $7, these little cream and powder blush duos. I am wearing this one today. This is the shade Peach Passion. Oh my goodness. So absolutely beautiful. Pigmented, but blendable. You guys know I like the Catrice. They're like chubby sticks, and I've talked about them a bunch. I feel like somehow this formula made its way into a pan, which I like even better because I don't have to fuss with the stick. I like actually going in the pan itself and then applying to the cheek. You have both options, powder and cream, or you can use them together. It's up to you, but I love this. We see this a lot right now with higher end brands using the cream and powder. This formula does not blotch, splotch. It is stunning. You have 4 different shade options here. Let's go through them. We have Absolute Apricot, gorgeous. Pleasing Pink. You can definitely punch these up, or you can sheer them out. It's really up to you. They don't have to be so punchy. I'll sheer this one out too to show you. They are very even upon application. I love that in a blush. I do not have time for things to apply splotchy and blotchy. It's just a perfect formula. $7. $7. Let's look at the last shade. I feel like I kind of want to put this one on. This is Stunning Strawberry. I'm already wearing blush, but I feel like maybe a little bit more. This one I haven't tried. It's reminding me of a shade that's much more expensive by a higher end brand that's behind me in a drawer. I'm gonna have to investigate after now that I'm staring at this particular one. Oh my gosh. Like so gorgeous. Obviously, you don't need a lot when you're using a punchier color like this, but it looks so good on the skin. Like this looks so nice on the skin. Let's try it. Make sure my brush is nice and clean. And I kind of want to go into the cream on top of my makeup. That's a bit of a gamble, but like maybe grab like a whisper of it on here. Whew, that pigment. Let's see if she goes on top of powder. That is stunning. Like that is beautiful and does go on top of powder. Obviously you don't want to be glopping and smearing and swiping tons of product, but if you just stipple, it really can just like bring everything back to life. That is nice. Don't be intimidated to try these kind of colors either. They can look super, super beautiful and just brighten up the entire complexion. What I noticed going on their site as well is that they have an advent calendar for $70, and I honestly think I'm gonna buy it myself because I wanna do more advent calendar reviews this year, and this one actually looks really, really good. So if you are shopping on Catrice and you see that on their landing page, grab it, because looking at what's in there, I can tell you it's good. Their products are so good. Okay, so there's one more that I want to chat about. These are $6. I'm in my lip balm era, you guys. I'm loving lip balms. And then if I feel like I want extra shine, I go in with a lip oil. 6 shades have color, 1 does not. These are so nourishing on the lips. Sometimes lip balms can be a little too waxy when they add color for some reason, and it just kind of sits on top of the lip a little bit funny. These really sink in. They're loaded with shea butter. They're very, very nourishing. So what I have found recently is if I am constantly doing a lip balm, like right after doing lip liner, and then I'm going into my other lip products, my lips are not doing that thing where they get all crusty and flaky, and especially this time of year, my lips dry out and I'm constantly putting on balms. I do my overnight balms, I do the whole thing, but during the day doing makeup, like I try to get in the habit of taking care of my lips as well, because your lips are gonna look more youthful and juicy and full if they are not dehydrated and dry. So this is really important. Now these come in such fun colors. It's a sheer wash of color. So like this one I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put quite a bit on the back of my hand. It looks really red in the tube. I still have blush on my finger. But right here you can see it's like a nice wash of color. It's not loud. None of these are terribly loud. This one right here reminds me a lot of Black Honey. This is the shade Wild Rebel right over here. Really, really pretty. $6. And the packaging is adorable. Throw them in your purse. They are great for touch up on the go. You don't even really need a mirror because there's not so much pigment in here that you have to worry about things being super precise. So this is just a grab and go. Pop it on. You have a little bit of life to your lips, some moisturization, a little bit of color. It's like a nice little pick-me-up. The formulation is loaded with hydrating ingredients, and it's just such a good new one that they have. I don't know if this one is pH altering or not. This is the Everyday 24/7. It's just a clear, like just clear. So you do have that option as well. You can smell there's cocoa in there as well, cocoa butter and shea butter, and they smell just so like sweet but not fragranced. These are also marketed as gluten-free, vegan. On lip products, I like noting when they are marketed as gluten-free because that can be an issue for someone with celiac. You have to be careful with lip products specifically because you're licking your lips. So these are gluten-free, vegan, cruelty-free. They don't have parabens, no microplastics, no silicones added, and no alcohol. So you'll see on their site as well, they will educate you on each and every product, exactly how things are formulated. I really appreciate that. This is the shade Half-Baked Cookies. Again, just really sheer. There's not a ton of color, but you're getting that nice hit of moisturization for the lips. Let's look at the shade Feeling Pretty. This is one of my favorites, of course, because it's a nudie pink. Love that. This is the one that I pop in my purse on the go. And then we have a little bit of a brighter pink. This is the shade Girl Boss. Just a little more cool toned, not necessarily brighter, just a little different tone going on in that one, but I love these so much. So Catrice has a ton of new launches that are definitely worth a look. I would say try the powder. If anything, try the powder, you guys. The fall palette for $8 is so good too. These new hydrating lippies for $6. You have the gripping primer for $8. Just everything is priced gorgeously. While you're on the Catrice site, make sure that you take a look at the True Skin and their new Nude skin tint, which is amazing. I'm back in my Catrice era. I'm happy I did this video and I got to share with you guys some of my new favorite launches from Catrice. Thank you to them for partnering with me on this video and being so awesome, letting me kind of pick my top favorites, and I'm happy to share them all with you guys. Happy shopping. I'll have everything linked in the description box below. Go and have a good one, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.